A no-dig garden is a great way to get your garden soil loosened and aerated without a lot of work and energy. Not to be ignored, you don't have to fertilize it as often as other gardening methods. Charles Dowding, a gardening expert, has introduced a no-dig technique that keeps the soil undisturbed. It's about layering the bed with organic materials and letting them break down over time to create a rich growing environment. So put down your shovel and start building your own. We've compiled 10 no-dig gardens and unique DIY planters that you can easily apply to your garden. As always, Simphome curates and presents you with the list. Number 10. How to plant beautiful flowers without digging. Like any gardening plan, picking and preparing the garden site is of utmost importance. Choose the right spot for the plants accordingly. Once you've found where to create a no-dig garden bed, mark the area using spray paint or a sprinkling of flour. After that, cover the entire outline space with a layer of newspaper. Saturate the paper to help it stay in place as you work. Next, spread compost on top of the paper. Let the compost sit for several weeks until the paper breaks down. Add edging around the bed's perimeter to keep the grass from invading. You can find the idea of garden edging by watching our videos on this channel. Number 9. Enjoy your lasagna garden. Lasagna gardening is a method of layering organic matter to create a new garden bed. It's easy and fun to build. Just follow 4 steps. Find a spot, gather materials, layer them in a 4:1 ratio of carbon to nitrogen, and let nature work to create rich soil or cover with plastic to speed up the process. Number 8. Try Hugelkultur if you deal with a small yard. Hugelkultur, which means hill culture, is a gardening technique of creating a hill bed from compostable materials. The basics of Hugelkultur is mounding the organic matter on top of logs. Hardwoods like maple, oak, birch, alder, and beech are ideal for building mounds. Better to use logs that are already decomposing. To build Hugelkultur, find a flat, sunny spot where large trees won't shade. When you get the right space, remove the grass covering the sod. Then dig a trench at least 1 foot deep and place the decomposing logs inside. Stack them up and water them well until they're absolutely sodden. Next, pile your composting materials on top of them. Make sure you remember the carbon-nitrogen ratio. Number 7. Grow vegetables in a tub without digging. A bathtub for a vegetable planter? It's not a bad idea. Using one of the no-dig gardening techniques, you can turn your old bathtub into a good vegetable planter. Start with layering the bottom using 10 sheets of newspaper. Next, add fertilizer like blood and bone meal, manure, or other nitrogen organic matters. Then add alfalfa, also called lucerne hay, about 6 inches. Next, add a layer of 12 inches of straw. Finally, add the topmost layer of compost. Remember to scatter blood and bone meal over each layer and soak in water. Number 6. A no-dig raised bed with blood meal and bone meal. This raised bed is relatively easy to build using newspaper, alfalfa hay, straw, bone and blood meal, and compost. There are only 5 steps to follow. First, level the area of your desired bed, then lay 10 to 20 sheets of newspaper. Soak the papers. Second, scatter a light layer of bone meal and blood meal and add water. Third, put down a layer of alfalfa, then add more blood and bone meal. Fourth, add a layer of straw. Don't forget both meals and some water. Last, cover the layer with organic compost. Number 5. How to use the no-dig method in pots. Start the next no-dig garden in pots using pea straw, compost, and fertilizer for a moisture-rich environment. Layer the materials, starting with sodden pea straw for a water reservoir, then add compost for nitrogen, and finish with chopped pea straw and fertilizer. Repeat until the pot is filled and saturated. Number 4. A straightforward no-dig flower bed idea. Perennial flowers don't need as many nutrients as vegetables, so potting soil is enough to build a no-dig garden. This idea is an easy way to create flower beds. Here are the instructions. First, measure the shape and length of your flower bed. Then, smother the grass using cardboard. After that, build up a mounded bed with a mix of half compost and half topsoil on top of the cardboard. Use a rake to move and shape the soil. Next, fill your bed with a variety of bulbs. Last, spread a thick layer of mulch over the bed so that you can keep the weeds at bay. Number 3. A fusion no-dig garden project idea. Combining Kevin Espiritu's gardening ideas with Charles Dowding's no-dig gardening method, this particular garden style has found its way to making the plants grow maximally. The garden uses Kevin's ideas of incorporating grow bags, vertical gardening, and plant hangers in no-dig garden beds. However, we will focus on how to make the garden bed in the following instructions. After clearing the area, start building the frame. Lay down an overlapping layer of cardboard, then create a temporary frame using fences. Secure the frame using rocks or bricks. Add 4 inches of compost to the bed frames, place a piece of cardboard on top of it, then tamp the board down. Repeat the adding and tamping compost 3 or 4 times. When the compost has been set down, remove the fence. Your bed is now ready to grow vegetables. Number 2. How to maintain a no-dig garden properly? In a year, your no-dig garden has thrived with tomato plants, peppers, or beans. Yet you might think your garden looks awful after some harvest. It means that you need to do the paper thing again to keep the soil condition. The procedure is similar to how you make a new patch. Add a layer of newspaper, a layer of compost, and a layer of mulch. Make sure you saturate each layer before adding a new one. However, if you don't have a weed problem, you can skip layering the area with newspaper. Before we complete the countdown with our final choice of the current list, we'd like to inform you that if you need other improvement ideas, you have SimpHome Content Collections on your side. There, we cover other interesting topics such as garden, home improvement, finance, bathroom upgrade, bedroom update ideas, and many more. We'll see you there, and until we meet again sometime in the future, let's close our countdown with number 1. A straw bale gardening idea. Are you facing the expense of building garden beds? You could try straw bale gardening. Joel Karsten, the author of the method, says that straw is an ideal material for growing vegetables because it can hold moisture and provide a rich medium for growth. The method is relatively easy and cheap. You can get the straw directly from the farmer or by purchasing it at a local garden center. Before you set up the bales, cover the area of your garden with landscape fabric to prevent weeds from growing up. Then arrange the bales in rows side by side with the string that binds them to run across the sides. The next step will take a couple of weeks to do: wetting and fertilizing. When you start seeing some black soil-like clumps, it means that the bales are already composting. In several days, your straw bale beds are ready for planting. That's it for now. Before you leave this presentation, we'd like to appreciate every second you spend watching the video. If we deserve more of your attention in the future, press the subscribe button if you haven't done it already. Like the video if you believe it will motivate the YouTube algorithm to push the video to more people. Honestly though, it's more like a myth to us, so feel free to move on with your plan after the video ends. Lastly, we hope you have great luck with your health and project. See you again soon.